Donating blood is a great sacrifice. You're literally giving a bit of yourself to help another person. So why can't some people give blood? Is this science or prejudice? Hey there humans, Trace here for D-News. Blood donation is seen by some as a civil right, people making a sacrifice, literally weakening themselves to help strangers. But according to the FDA, men who have sex with men, known as MSM, aren't treated equally when it comes to blood donation, and some have gone as far to imply that they're banned from doing so. Firstly, that's not true. Men who have sex with men, as well as women and transgender persons who have sex with MSM, are all required to wait 12 months after their most recent risky sexual contact before they can donate blood. But they can donate. But does that even make sense? MSM populations have blood, we need blood, why not allow them donation? It all comes back to HIV. In 1981, a severe case of epidemic proportions was spreading through the gay community, killing hundreds of thousands of men and women. At first, it was called GRID, Gay-Related Immunodeficiency Disease. Later, it was renamed the Acquired Immune Deficiency Syndrome, AIDS. AIDS put the public in a frenzy, and rightly so. 229,000 people died due to AIDS from 1981 to 1992. And once it was discovered to be blood-borne, people realized some had acquired it through infected blood transfusion. So the U.S. Food and Drug Administration decided to act passing a lifetime ban on blood donation from any men who had ever had sex with another man, again known as MSM, men who have sex with men. This was in 1983. In 1985, a test called ELISA was invented, which could detect antibodies created by the human immune system in response to the infection by the virus which causes AIDS, known as HIV. So now that blood could be screened, we didn't really need that ban anymore, right? We just needed to know if someone had HIV and screen those who weren't sure. But unfortunately, the ban remained until 2015, when it was revised to the current abstain from risky sex for a year, bro, then come back. Even though since 1987, HIV blood screening tests have become nearly 100% accurate, putting on par with hepatitis screening, MSM populations are still singled out, which is weird because I'm pretty sure anal sex isn't confined to just gay and bisexual men. Women can have anal intercourse too and carry and spread HIV. So why aren't they subject to the same restrictions?
Well, because 72% of new HIV infections occur in gay men, who only make up 2% of the population.
Because of the thin lining of the rectum, unprotected anal intercourse is up to 18 times more risky than vaginal sex. Blood and fluids are more easily exchanged, meaning HIV transmission risk increases. But not everyone in the MSM community has HIV, or even has unprotected sex. I mean, monogamous gay, transgender, and bisexual partners without HIV literally cannot spread the virus that they don't have if their partner doesn't have it either. But they're subject to the same 12-month deferment. So yes, the original ban came from fear of the unknown. Fear of AIDS and HIV drove the FDA to simply eliminate that risk entirely. But now, according to AIDS.gov, we have some of the safest blood in the world. Donated blood goes through more than a dozen screens and tests, looking for evidence of West Nile, syphilis, hepatitis, HIV, and parasites like malaria, among others.
And though it's perceived as unfair, the CDC and FDA believe it's better to ask gay men to wait a year to ensure the HIV appears in those tests.
The Columbia Medical Review writes that HIV infection can be tested accurately in less than 2 weeks after exposure. And in light of blood shortages, they recommend a new process. Simply this: ask everyone about their risky sexual behaviors before they donate blood. Men, women, transgender, non-binary, asexual, everyone. Then those who are unsure of their HIV exposure can be deferred until they're sure, and everyone else can donate frickin' blood. Especially since we're screening everyone anyway. As they put it, succinctly, a lifetime ban is medically and scientifically unwarranted. According to the American Red Cross, someone needs blood every 2 seconds. And while 38% of the US population could donate blood, only 10% does. Changing this deferment would mean more blood for everyone, even if it came from a dude who boned another dude. Blood is blood is blood is blood. I mean, it is, except for when they have different blood types. That's a little, Why do we even have blood types? And what happens if you put A blood into a B person? Find out from my blood buddy Julian right here.
It turns out there are actually 33 different systems for categorizing a person's blood, but the nomenclature you're most familiar with is a combination of 2 of them, the ABO system and the RH system. The reason these 2 are so much more well known is because they are by and large the most important factors in blood transfusions.
What do you guys think? Should we take all the blood donations we can and screen later? How do you feel about the so-called blood ban? Subscribe to D News. Let us know in the comments. Thanks for tuning in.